What do tariffs, junk food, and the power of positive thinking all have in common? Well, they're all today on the 5-Minute Commute. We start the day with the question of the day. What is your favorite junk food? I'll tell you why later in the show, why we're asking this question. I know what my answer is. It's pretty much anything cheesy. And by cheesy, I mean cheesy chips. Any kind of cheesy chip. Ask any of my friends. That's my favorite food. What is your favorite junk food? First big story of the day. We are back to tariffs against Canada. I am personally a little confused about this. I thought that the Supreme Court ruled that we couldn't tariff anyone for more than 25%. I'll have to look into this. But yeah, we have given Canada a 30-day deadline to meet our demands, or a 50% tariff is going on most of the goods that come from Canada. More on this as it develops. On this day in history, George Carlin, this was 1972, by the way, George Carlin was arrested for doing his 7 words you can't say routine. I guess that's what you call it, right? I've heard the 7 words routine. I can actually recite them in the exact order that George Carlin used to do this, and I think a lot of people can. I'm not going to do that today, though, because, there's still really bad words, even though they were bad words in 1972. Still bad words today, but should he go to jail for it? My opinion, no, of course not. It was another night of bombing in Iran. 10 straight nights of bombing Iran. Last night was night number 10. They're starting to keep the body count, and that is what's really starting to concern me. We would hear here and there of someone, service member, being injured and or killed. Now we're starting to get daily body count. 17 is that number, and that is what scares me more than anything else, is that we've reached that point in what is now obviously a war. In weather today, there is a tropical storm that you may have already heard about. Tropical Storm Bertha in the Gulf of Mexico, or Gulf of America, however you determine that body of water. Gulf of Mexico is what I still say. So, tropical storm in Gulf of Mexico should be hitting somewhere around Panama City is the latest projection, but it could go anywhere from New Orleans all the way down Florida. They do not believe it will be big enough to become a hurricane, but it is a massive tropical storm. Winds at 60 to 65 miles an hour. I think you got to exceed 70 to become a hurricane, so we're right about there. Most places seeing somewhere around 4 inches, but some places seeing as many as 8 inches of rain, and that mostly is expected to hit tomorrow. Our question of the day today was about junk food. What's your favorite junk food? And the reason is because today is National Junk Food Day. What is your favorite junk food? Are you a sweet person or a salty person? I am 100% a salty person, although I found as I'm getting a little bit older, sweet it's pretty good too, right? And that brings us to the last mile. I'm switching up the last mile. The last mile was a local story, but we haven't had a lot of people watching that. And I can tell because Facebook shows me exactly how many people make it this far and watch the local story. So instead, we're going to switch to stuff I love to talk about, and that is power of positivity. Today, anyway, that's what we're going to talk about in the last mile. A couple percentages, in fact, 3 different percentages that I keep in mind that I'd like you to keep in mind. First, you are 27% more likely to succeed simply because you believe you can succeed. That's it. If you believe in yourself, 27% more likely to succeed. Couple more percentages to keep in mind. Those are 42% and 75%. And let's see if I can keep these straight in my head. So if you believe you are going to succeed, you are 42% more likely to then take some action to succeed and sustain that action. That would mean, I think I can do this 5K, and you're 42% more likely to decide you're going to train every day because you're going to do a 5K, right? And then 75% is that if you believe you're going to succeed, you're 75% more likely to just try something. Maybe not a sustained action, but maybe make a plan. You see how this works? When you start to believe in yourself, you start to take action. And that's what I'm discussing today. It's sort of why this show exists now. And that's going to be that for today. And that's going to be that for today. I'm out of here. You guys have a fantastic day. And don't forget, be kind to someone today.